Hello, Algebra. So this is today's practice quiz, and as always, tomorrow's actual quiz is going to look pretty similar. So let's take a look at it. As I said, we would be identifying features of graphs, as well as identifying the types of functions we're looking at. I did say there was going to be domain and range, and there it is, the first part. So domain and range. Domain is the inputs, so the x values, so left and right. So domain of this function goes from there to there. It doesn't go past that. Left and right is not going to go past those points. And this looks like, let's see, that's from -4 up to 9. Yeah, -4 to 9. And that 9 has an open circle, so that 9 is not included in the domain. Meaning I have to write my domain with parentheses, or the 9 at least. So it would be a bracket, -4, comma, 9. So this is one way you could write the domain, or another way you could write it would be -4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 9. Less than or equal to because it can equal -4, and less than because it can't equal 9. So either one of these answers would be acceptable. You don't have to put both, just one. All right, the range, which is up and down, let's see, the range doesn't go below there, and it goes up to there. So that looks like -2 up to 5. And there's a closed circle there and a closed circle there, or well, there's not even a circle there, but you know, the point exists there. Therefore, both of these numbers will be included. So I could write my range like -2, 5, both with brackets. Or I could say -2 is less than or equal to y is less than or equal to 5. Because both -2 and 5 are possible y values here. All right, so the zeros, let's see, the zeros, remember that is where it crosses the x-axis, so our x-intercepts. We have one there, we have one there. So our zeros would be, was that 1 and 5? So 1, 0, and 5, 0. The reason I wrote those with parentheses are because they're just points. It's just a point. It's not an interval. I know that once we start throwing intervals in, people like to write their points with brackets instead of parentheses, but no, a point will always have parentheses. This is just a point. 1, 0, it's right there. 5, 0, it's right there. Okay, the minimum, remember the minimum is the lowest the graph will go. So on this entire graph, I don't see anything going below this point, and that looks like the point 3, -2. And the maximum is the highest the graph will go. So that looks like this point right here. I don't think anything goes above that. And that is the point -4, 5. So on the interval, -4, 3, what is the function doing? So even though this looks like a point, I know that it's an interval because it told me it was an interval. Okay, so from -4 to 3. And remember, intervals will always, unless it's range, Unless it's asking about the range, an interval will always be the x values. So as we're going from -4 up to 3. And if I look at what the function is doing, well, it's going down, and then it looks like at 3 it starts going up again. But going down, we would say it's decreasing. Tomorrow's quiz question might ask you over what interval is it decreasing instead of the other way around, but I'm not sure yet. And then on the interval 3 to 9, what is the function doing? So from 3 to 9, well, that would be here to there. Well, the function is going up, so it's increasing. As it goes left to right, it's going up, so it's increasing. Is it a function? Well, it passes the vertical line test, so yeah. Okay. And then this one here, just like the warm-up we had the other day, it says match each of the following functions with the type of function. So our options are down here at the bottom: increasing linear, decreasing linear, positive quadratic, negative quadratic, exponential growth, exponential decay. Okay, so A, this is just a straight line, so I know it's linear. And as it goes left to right, so as it goes left to right, it is going up, which makes it a positive linear. Even though it's just a very slight up, it's still going up as it goes left to right. So that is positive linear, or increasing linear, my bad. So A is the increasing linear. Let's see. B, let's see, my x values are going up 1 each time, and my y values are going, let's see, down 2, plus 0, plus 2, plus 4, plus 6, plus 8. So I know it's not linear because it's not a constant rate of change. But maybe if I check that second order difference, let's see, from -2 to 0, that goes up 2. From 0 to 2, that's up 2. 2 to 4 is up 2. 4 to 6 is up 2. And 6 to 8 is up 2. So the second order difference is constant. And when the second order difference is constant, that makes it quadratic. So I know this is going to be quadratic. And because it is, the second order is plus 2 each time, I know it's going to be positive quadratic. So B is positive quadratic. If it was -2, it would be negative quadratic. All right, here's C. Y equals 7 times 2/3 of the x. I see an x in the exponent, which makes it exponential. And to determine if it's going to be exponential growth or exponential decay, I just look at the number inside the parentheses. If that is greater than 1, then it's going to be growth. If it's less than 1, it's decay. 2/3 is less than 1. Therefore, this is exponential decay. This one, D, I see a 2 in the exponent, not an x in the exponent, just a 2. So since there's a number in the exponent, that's going to make it quadratic. And to determine with the quadratics written like this, I just have to look at the number out front. So since that's a -2 out front, I know that this is going to be negative quadratic. So D, negative quadratic. Let's see. E, my x values are going up 5 each time, which is different because the other ones we've looked at, they've all been like +1. My y values are going down 10. So, because the x value is increasing at a constant rate while the y value is decreasing, since they're going opposite directions pretty much, this means that this is going to be a negative function, or decreasing function, and because they're both changing at constant rates, that means it's linear. So they're changing at constant rates, that makes it linear, and I said decreasing linear, so E was the decreasing linear. And finally, I have this graph of a function. It has an asymptote, and it looks like it goes up, and then it's just going to keep going up forever. And graphs that look like this, we know that they are exponential, and since it's going up as it goes from left to right instead of down when it goes from left to right, we know it is growth. So that would be our answers there, to the second part at least. And the first part, there's the answers there, and that was the entire practice quiz. Tomorrow's actual quiz will look very similar. So there you go. I will see you guys tomorrow. Excuse me.